Be me 16 years old. Name's Jason, just average student. After classes I hang with friends. Two closest are Ethan and Ryan. That night we walked through park. Early evening sun, low golden sky. We joked, laughed, forgot about time. Ryan set his phone on bench, filming us goofing around together. We left still laughing loud, carefree. Few minutes later Ryan froze. He patted his pocket, eyes wide. His phone was missing, completely gone. We ran back to wooden bench. Nothing there, only empty surface. Ryan's hand shook, panic rising fast. He muttered about photos and files. That phone held his whole world. I felt useless, didn't know what. But Ethan stayed calm, silent, steady. He pulled out his own phone. Started typing, quick, eyes focused. I asked what he was doing. He then told me, just wait. Ethan logged into Ryan's account. Screen showed a map with signal. A moving dot along nearby street. My stomach dropped seeing it move. Someone had taken it already. Ryan's face turned pale with fear. He whispered questions, voice breaking apart. Ethan didn't answer, kept walking forward. He then told me, follow close. I hesitated, thoughts racing through head. What if it's dangerous people? What if they don't give back? But Ryan's eyes locked on Ethan. He trusted him more than anything. So we followed through dim streets. Shadows grew longer, air turned cold. Each step heavier than the last. I kept staring at that dot, leading us far from crowded park. Finally it stopped near small store. Lights buzzing faint through dirty glass. Inside, we saw three older boys. One held a phone, blue case. My pulse spiked, I recognized it. Ethan pushed open the squeaking door. He walked straight across the small shop. His shoulders steady, his steps slow. The three boys looked up, laughing. One waved the phone in the air. Ryan froze behind me, shaking hard. I wanted to drag Ethan back, but he kept moving, hand out. He then told me, it's Ryan's. His tone calm, sharp like stone. The laughter around the table faded. Their grins twitched, nerves breaking quick. Ethan stood silent, eyes locked firm. The air thickened, silence pressing heavy. My breath caught, chest tight with fear. The boy holding phone shifted uneasy. His friends muttered curses under breath, but none dared to get closer. Finally, with angry jerk, he tossed. The phone clattered across the table. Ethan picked it up, checked fast. He turned, gave it back to Ryan. My friend's hands trembled, clutching tight. We left the store into night. My mind spinning, heart pounding, fierce. Ethan walked ahead, calm, unstoppable force. Ryan clutched the phone like treasure. His eyes wet, but shining bright. I trailed behind, still shaking badly. The street was empty, quiet again. Our footsteps echoed across cracked pavement. Ethan never turned, never slowed down. His posture straight, his presence unshaken. I stared at his back in awe. Minutes before he was just Ethan. Quiet friend who rarely spoke much. But inside that shop he changed. He stood against three without flinching. Took back what mattered to Ryan. And somehow made them fold instantly. No shouting, no threats, no fists. Just steady will and sharp eyes. I realized then how wrong I was. Strength wasn't only in raw fighting. Strength could be calm and silent. It could be standing firm, unbroken. I knew from that night forward. Ethan wasn't just our quiet friend. He was the reason we felt safe. The city lights flickered in distance. Cool wind brushed across my face. I replayed every moment inside shop. The laughter turning into sudden silence. The fear in Ryan's trembling hands. The weight of Ethan's steady voice. He then told me, it's over. His words simple, but heavy with power. I looked at him differently that night. Not the background friend anymore. Not the quiet boy forgotten often. He carried something deeper inside him. A strength I couldn't name fully. Ryan kept whispering thank you softly, clutching his phone against his chest. We walked together under empty sky. My fear faded, replaced by pride. Because I had witnessed true loyalty. Not in grand speeches or noise, but in the courage to protect. And I knew I'd never forget the night Ethan proved who he was. We reached the corner near our homes. Street lamps buzzing faint above cracked sidewalks. Ryan finally breathed, steady, still hugging phone. His face pale but eyes alive. I watched Ethan under that yellow light. His shadows stretched long across the ground. He looked calm, almost untouched by it. Like nothing dangerous had even happened. But I knew what I had seen. 3 boys folded under his presence. Not by fists, not by threats, but by something harder to resist. An unshakable force in his eyes. I felt small standing beside him, yet safer than I ever had. He then told me go rest. His voice carried no pride, no brag. Just quiet certainty that lingered heavy. We split ways, each step echoing. Ryan and I whispered all night about how Ethan saved everything, and how our world changed forever. The next day, whispers filled the hallways. Students talked about a scene downtown. Rumors of 3 boys embarrassed badly. No one knew exactly how it happened, but I carried the truth inside. I saw Ethan stand against them. I saw him demand and reclaim, while never raising his fists once. Ryan stayed close to him all day, his gratitude written clear in his face. I kept glancing at Ethan silently. He moved through school like always, quiet steps blending into the crowd. Yet to me he wasn't same. I remembered the silence in the shop, the way laughter froze then died, the weight of calm words spoken. He then told me we were safe. Those words echoed louder than any shout, because they came from Ethan's core. And from that moment forward forever, I knew my friend was unbreakable. Days turned into weeks, but memory stayed. Every detail carved deep in my mind. The buzzing lights, the heavy silence. Ryan's trembling hands clutching his phone. And Ethan standing tall, unshaken. I realized people rarely truly see. They look past the quiet ones, never knowing what lies beneath calm. Ethan never mentioned the night again. He walked with us like nothing changed. But for me, everything was different. He had become more than a friend. He was proof that real strength exists. Not loud, not violent, not cruel, but steady, firm, impossible to bend. I often thought what could have happened if Ethan hadn't stepped forward that night. We would have lost more than a phone. We would have lost a part of ourselves. Instead, we gained something unforgettable forever. The certainty that Ethan would always protect. And that knowledge shaped who I became. Even now when I walk alone, I remember that night so clearly. The park, the empty bench waiting. Ryan's pale face when panic hit. My own helpless hand shaking hard. And Ethan stepping forward without fear. He never sought attention or glory. He simply did what had to. And in doing so changed everything. I learned silence can carry weight. Calmness can break the strongest walls. And friendship can turn ordinary into legend. He then told me trust yourself. Those words burned deeper than any scar. Because I saw what trust can do. Ryan trusted Ethan and was saved. I trusted him and found courage. That night became more than a memory. It became a mark on our lives. A reminder of what true strength means. And why some people are unforgettable forever. Years have passed, but picture remains vivid. Ethan walking ahead under dim streetlights. Ryan holding his phone like life. Me trailing behind still in shock. I never told many about it. Some stories are too heavy to share. But inside it shaped me completely. I understood what loyalty truly means. And how strength wears quiet faces. Ethan never asked for recognition once. He lived the same calm way. But to me, he was different. A guardian hidden in plain sight. He then told me it's nothing. But I knew it was everything. Because that night, he carried us. He carried Ryan's fear and my weakness. And replaced them with unshakable safety. So whenever I